Welcome back to the North American Blockchain Summit 2023. I was able to wrangle in a couple of great guests. We've got a couple of people from Winston Strawn, amazing law firm. I've said in the past for a couple of different things. Today we have Kim, we've got Collin here. They are kind enough to come and talk to us a little about how they feel about what's been going on, and talk to us a little bit about how Winston Strawn is getting into, or has been actually fully involved in the crypto space. Yeah, please introduce yourself. How are you?
Nice to see you. So I'm Kim Pryor. I am the co-chair of the digital asset and blockchain group of Winston Strawn.
Okay.
And our practice is we have over 80 attorneys in the digital asset space.
Wow.
And we cover almost all practice areas. So that includes regulatory, compliance, litigation, intellectual property. We do energy. And Collin, maybe you want to talk a little bit about things you've been doing.
Sure, yeah. My name is Collin Groebe. I am also one of the 80 attorneys at Winston Strawn doing digital assets. One thing that might be of interest to your listeners, Frank, is that in energy, Texas obviously is a leader in oil and gas, and that's how I got my start in crypto. We had a loan through Wells Fargo to a company called Kraken, Kraken 1, Kraken 2, Kraken 3, not the crypto Kraken, the oil developer in Montana. And they came to the lawyers and said, oh, by the way, we have Bitcoin on our balance sheet. And I remember Wells Fargo calling us and saying, what is an oil company doing with Bitcoin? And it turns out the idea of natural gas, methane, and using that methane to power Bitcoin mining equipment is a new industry that's coming about. And actually, we just signed a brand new client, Verde, that is looking to do the exact same thing, using the wasted gas that would otherwise be flared. Don't flare it. Instead of flaring the gas, you can use it to power Bitcoin mining. So that's kind of how I got into it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, if the more you talk to pure energy people, they're the fastest and earliest ones to adopt. It was like, wait a second, I could actually take my stranded gas and instead of flare it, I could actually throw some CapEx at it and then like turn it into an asset that I love. You know, that's great. The hardest part is, as you know, it's like it seems that easy, but then having it on the balance sheet. Like I had a client who was in a financial institution and he was specifically, they were like, wait, we may want to accept this for payments for annuities or for, payments in general. But then the clients that have it on their balance sheet, they're like, ooh, hard to liquidate. How do we account for it? And that's where probably the rest of it, 78, are working on trying to figure out how to help companies do that. How successful? I mean, Dallas is obviously one of the biggest, Bitcoin, Texas as a whole, Bitcoin states. How critical has this area been in your practice as a whole?
I would say it's been very up and coming. We've been doing this for about 7 or 8 years now.
Wow. Okay.
And it's just, it always ceases to amaze me, the ideas that come out of our clients and people in this space, always innovating, and it's just incredible. So it's become it started off just being like, a one-off thing where a couple of clients, maybe 20% of the practice, and now it's really an all-encompassing area because, again, it hits on so many different spaces, yeah. Right? And just depends on, again, we have clients that are innovators, they're coming up with new products. It can be real estate, it can be energy, it can be just the traditional financial services, solving lots of problems. So it really can be so much.
And you know what's fascinating, what I really love about working here in Texas, one of the first meetings that I had here in Texas, I went to a dinner and I was introduced to Collin, and it was like that. I was shocked to find out that, wait, what is a law firm doing putting people together? And I realized that law firms aren't just there to help handle problems, but to actually put vendors together. It's like, you know what, you should really consider what they're doing over here. So I found that really fascinating. I love that Winston Strawn has done things like that. Are there any other things that you guys are working on now, or that you have any events coming up?
Well, we don't have anything on the books yet, just because it's the end of the year, other than holiday parties and just fun, right? And we do have an event tonight, as you know, at Goldie's Barbecue, number one barbecue by what was the
number one barbecue in state of Texas, about Texas monthly.
Exactly. And so we're looking forward to doing more of that connecting. And again, that's one of the value adds that we can bring, and we like to bring as lawyers. I mean, there's a million law firms out there, and we want to differentiate ourselves by putting together the best of the best and making sure that our clients have all the resources that they need with, whether it's making connections in the industry, finding other service providers that can help them, but mostly so that we can exchange ideas as a group, right? And try to come up with like, what is industry best practice? What should we be doing? How can we be doing this better? And let's come up with those solutions together as a group. I think we're all stronger as a group than we are individually.
Yeah, that one, so the dinner that you referenced, the value of that dinner and then the value of the event at Goldie's is that in our traditional practice, the banks, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, they are not at all, to my knowledge, involved in any sort of Bitcoin mining companies. And bringing them to that dinner that you went to and home to the event tonight, that's sort of my vision, is to be able to connect the banks to the Bitcoin mining community. But that's where having people like Kim Pryor in Miami and Daniel Stabile, who's sitting to the left of me, overseeing what I say over here.
Yeah, in the corner over there, we see him.
But that, to me, is the way to grow an industry. And we've done that in traditional. So take a traditional compressor deal. Kodiak Compression, and this is all public, is a company that started small, $30 million JP Morgan asset-based loan, but because of the asset-based loan structure at 3% interest, they were able to grow it to what it is now, $3 billion. Compressors are a big part of Bitcoin mining companies, but yet they can't get financing. The exact same compressor in one industry will get financed, in the other industry it won't. I think there's something not right about them. And that's sort of my vision, is to be able to connect the banks to this industry.
Fabulous. And that's exactly, I mean, my last guest was amazing. It's K&N, and they do basically, they originally started off doing just regular air filters. So now they've created an its business. Whose traditional businesses do tents? So many of them. So it's fascinating. It's great that you guys are putting those together. I really appreciate you guys joining us here. How would people get in touch with you? Obviously, WinstonStrawn.com, but how would they get in touch with you guys?
So we're both on LinkedIn, Kimberly Pryor, Collin Groebe, and let's see what else. We're on our website, Winston.com. You can find us there too.
Great.
Yep.
Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.